the danger zone. When you have people working in close proximity with heavy equipment, the potential for serious accidents is very real, especially when you don't abide by the rules. One-third of all lift truck accidents involve a pedestrian being struck or run over by a lift truck. Many people think that because there are no stoplights, police, or street signs, that anything goes. And it's just the opposite. In fact, even greater care is needed because the environment is constantly changing. Pedestrians and lift truck operators need to understand each other and how they can keep the flow of products moving without endangering each other in the process. Let's examine a lift truck and how it works. For example, this 5,000-pound capacity lift truck weighs over 12,000 pounds fully loaded. That is the equivalent to 5 cars. Don't let their small size fool you. Lift trucks are built with a heavy counterweight at the back of the truck to offset the heavy loads that they can hoist high into the air. A slow-moving lift truck generates the same impact as a car traveling 30 miles per hour. In order to maneuver in tight places, lift trucks are designed so that the back wheels do the steering. When a lift truck makes a turn, the end of the truck swings out in the opposite direction. One moment, the pedestrian may seem a safe distance away from you, but as the lift truck turns left, the rear end of the vehicle actually swings out to the right and moves closer to the pedestrian. Be careful that this doesn't happen to you. Always account for rear end swing. Lift trucks have less than ideal visibility. When driving forward, the operator is looking through a steel mast which can obstruct his field of vision. A pedestrian could easily be lost from the operator's view. Engine-powered lift trucks are often noisy, and this restricts the operator's ability to communicate. Even when speaking loud, a lift truck operator may not be aware that you are close by. Then you have electric lift trucks that are just the opposite, very quiet. These are just as dangerous and can catch you by surprise. While carrying a load, a lift truck may have to stop quickly. When this happens, the truck may stop safely, but the load may not. The load is usually unsecured and therefore unstable. So watch out that this doesn't happen to you. Never stand close to a lift truck. It is the responsibility of the lift truck operator to ensure the safety of pedestrians. And it's equally important for pedestrians to be aware of their environment and the potential risks that exist in working in this environment. When a lift truck is putting a load in a racking system, it can sometimes take several minutes. In order to save time, pedestrians may find it faster to walk down the next aisle. Use extreme caution. It's difficult for a lift truck operator to see the entire working area, and it's possible that as a load is placed into the rack, part of a load may fall on the opposite side. Pedestrians should never enforce the right of way and assume that a lift truck operator can see them. When entering a work area from an office area, stop and look both ways before proceeding. Walk single file along an aisle, never in groups. Lift trucks use oil to operate both the engine and the hydraulic systems. It's not uncommon to find small pools of oil on the floor where a lift truck has been stopped for a period of time. It's everyone's responsibility to clean up oil spots or other hazards. You will help prevent a serious and debilitating injury. Sometimes lift trucks are parked and may prevent passing. It may seem logical to just move it, right? Wrong. Only trained and authorized personnel are permitted to operate a lift truck. It takes skill and training to be able to operate a lift truck safely. One of the basic rules of safety is to use tools and machines only for the purpose for which they are designed. With rare exception, lift trucks have one seat, indicating that only one person is to operate or ride on the truck. Extra passengers not only distract the driver, but create a risk factor. Limited working space, combined with continual movement of vehicles and pedestrians, makes for a challenging working environment. Remember to walk on the opposite side of the aisle, away from working vehicles, especially at intersections. Lift truck operators will gain better support of pedestrians if they are courteous when using the horn. Sound the horn from a distance and continue this until you gain their attention. If you're driving a lift truck, sound the horn whenever you lose visibility of an aisle. This will alert pedestrians and other lift truck operators that you are approaching and allow them to act in an appropriate manner. Loading docks are a real hazard. They tend to become very busy and congested. It may take as many as 24 trips in and out of a trailer to complete a job. This fast pace and repetition puts added pressure on the operator. Operators should stop each and every time they exit the trailer and look both ways to make sure that the area to be traveled is clear. Remember, conditions change very quickly in this environment. Another area of concern is the loading dock itself. Because of wet conditions created by rain or snow, operators may have a difficult time both steering and stopping their lift trucks. You must take great care when working under these hazardous conditions. These factors of extremely heavy weights, hard rubber tires, and unusual operating characteristics, combined with restricted visibility, requires that pedestrians be extremely careful when working around lift trucks. Even safety shoes were never designed to protect you against this type of accident. Over 10,000 pedestrians are injured in lift truck-related accidents each year in North America. In order to increase safety, rules of the road must be established. Let's review some of them shown in this video. Pedestrians should always look both ways before entering an aisleway. Always travel in single file when walking down an aisle. When conversing with a group of people, stand to one side of the aisle. Never assume that because a lift truck cannot be heard, there is not one close by. Installing backup alarms and flashing lights can be used to increase awareness. Since loading docks are high traffic areas, Pedestrians and lift truck operators must exercise extreme caution. Bring safety hazards such as oil spots to the supervisor's attention immediately. Only trained and authorized personnel may operate a lift truck. Pedestrians must stand a safe distance away when a load is being raised or lowered. The higher the lift, the greater the distance. Do not proceed past a lift truck until the operator has indicated to do so. A lift truck must never travel towards a pedestrian in front of a fixed object. Pedestrians must always stay uphill of a lift truck traveling on a ramp. Be extremely careful when a truck is turning. Always account for rear end swing. Always keep your feet away from the wheels of a lift truck. Always stop and sound the horn when coming to a blind intersection or when visibility is lost. Installing convex mirrors are an excellent way to see traffic coming from a distance. A lift truck operator should never allow a passenger to ride on a lift truck. It is important for both lift truck operators and pedestrians to be courteous to one another. However, pedestrians always have the right of way. By following the simple steps presented in this video and making them a part of your regular routine, you will greatly reduce the chance of injury to yourself and to those around you. Don't let yourself get caught in the danger zone.